I'm here in the cereal aisle of our local grocery store with Marty Moose. Together, Marty and I teach elementary age students about making healthy food choices. So today I want to talk to you a little bit more about whole grains and how we can find a whole grain cereal. But first of all, what is a whole grain? So a whole grain includes all parts of the grain. It includes the bran, which gives us fiber and B vitamins, as well as the germ, which gives us more B vitamins, as well as antioxidants, vitamin E, healthy fats, and other nutrients. When a grain is refined, the bran is removed and the germ is removed, leaving just the endosperm, which does provide carbohydrates, but we have lost that fiber and those B vitamins, which make whole grains so healthy for us. So to tell whether or not a cereal is a whole grain, there is an easy way, and what we want to do is look at the nutrition facts label. And what we're looking for in the ingredients list is the words whole grain as the first ingredient. So Cheerios, it says whole grain oats. That tells us that this is truly a whole grain cereal. We can also cross-check that with the fiber of the cereal. So we go up to the fiber, and here we have 4 grams per serving. So a good whole grain cereal would have at least 2 grams, so 6 grams. Some cereals even have more than 6 grams of fiber in them. And that's a way to really check if it truly is a whole grain. We're also looking to keep our sugar ideally under 6 grams, which is the same as a teaspoon and a half of sugar. So our sugar here in Cheerios is 2 grams. That makes Cheerios a good whole grain, low sugar cereal. We always know that oatmeal is an excellent whole grain, and there's so many things you can do with this when you prepare it on your own. And this canister of oatmeal has no added sugar. So you could add some brown sugar on your own if you wanted when you prepare your bowl. A cereal like shredded wheat, it tells us on the box 100% whole grain. If it does say 100% whole grain, we can trust that it truly is a whole grain. But if we wanted to check, we could. We're going to check the ingredient list again. Whole grain wheat, cross-check the fiber. Per serving is 7 grams of fiber, and the sugar in shredded wheat, there's 0 grams. So that is probably why we've always heard that shredded wheat is a great cereal option. Frosted mini wheats, I know my kids would probably prefer this over plain shredded wheat. Whole grain wheat, so it still is a whole grain. The sugar is higher. The sugar in this is 12 grams per serving, which is the same as 3 teaspoons. We take our sugar and divide it by 4 to find the number of teaspoons of sugar in the serving. And the fiber here is 6 grams. Some other common cereals that you might be wondering about, something like Wheaties. It tells us right here on the box, whole grain to keep you fueled, B vitamins to help unlock energy. And that is what our grain group does. It provides our body with energy. And we know that if we eat breakfast, we will generally feel better throughout the day. And for our children in school now, they are going to have a better attention span from eating breakfast. So first ingredient here is whole grain wheat, and we're checking with the fiber, 4 grams per serving. The second ingredient is sugar, and the sugars are at 5 grams. And then we can look at a cereal like, let's take Total. It tells us 100% whole grain flakes. Ingredients, whole wheat is the first ingredient, and then sugar is next. So in general, a lot of our whole grains are going to be whole grain wheat, or oats are always a whole grain. However, they could still be refined as well. So you're looking on a cereal box for whole grain oats, and also with rice. So for example, Crispix here, the first ingredient is rice. It's not saying whole grain rice. That means that rice has been refined, whereas Rice Chex tells us that the first ingredient is whole grain rice. So remember to look for those words, whole grain, as the very first ingredient. Then you can cross-check with the fiber. You're looking for at least 2 grams per serving, and try to keep the sugars under 6 grams. These kinds of cereals I would think of more as a treat. Generally, you want to try to get your nutrition and your whole grains from a breakfast cereal that is low in sugar and higher in fiber. As you can see, there are so many choices in the cereal aisle. Marty and I encourage you to look for a whole grain choice that is high in fiber, low in sugar, and it will give you the fiber and B vitamins you need and help provide energy for our busy days. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below, and please continue to like and follow our Sensible Nutrition Facebook page for more recipe ideas and tips. Have a great day.